The first rays of divine light touched the golden horizons of Satya Loka. There was no ordinary sunrise here. The entire realm seemed to awaken in the eternal remembrance of Bhagawan Sri Hari. Upon a magnificent thousand-petaled lotus, the sacred presence of Chaturmukha Brahmā illuminated the celestial realm. Vedic chants gently filled the atmosphere, and among the radiant gardens, Shankukarna had begun his new sacred service. Before the worship of Sri Hari could begin, he entered the celestial gardens. Golden lotuses opened around him. Parijata blossoms released their heavenly fragrance. White jasmine shimmered beneath the divine light. Shankukarna carefully gathered each flower, treating every blossom as a sacred offering. He placed them gently into a beautifully woven golden basket. As he walked through the gardens, his lips softly repeated, Sri Hari, Sri Hari, Sri Hari, Sri Hari. Every flower became a prayer. Every step became an offering. His service had changed in form, but never in purpose. For Shankukarna understood, wherever Bhagawan is worshipped with love, that place is sacred. The mysterious radiance within the sacred sanctum grew brighter. Shankukarna stood completely still. The celestial flowers lay scattered around his feet. The golden basket had slipped from his hands, yet he noticed none of it. His entire being was drawn toward the divine light. Slowly, the brilliance began to take form. A radiant crown appeared within the golden light. Jeweled ornaments shimmered like countless stars. Golden yellow silk garments glowed beneath the celestial radiance. And then, Shankukarna saw him, Sri Moola Rama. The Supreme Lord appeared in divine beauty, radiating infinite compassion and majesty. His countenance was serene. His eyes were filled with boundless grace. His divine presence illuminated the entire sanctum. Shankukarna slowly lowered himself to the ground, his hands folded, his eyes filled with tears. He had seen Bhagawan Sri Mahavishnu in Vaikuntha, and yet, this darshan touched his heart with indescribable wonder. Before him stood Sri Moola Rama, the Lord worshipped with eternal devotion by Chaturmukha Brahmā. Shankukarna could no longer think of anything else. There was only Bhagawan. The divine radiance of Sri Moola Rama continued to fill the sacred chamber. Shankukarna remained completely still. His hands were folded, his eyes were filled with tears, and his heart was completely absorbed in Bhagawan. He no longer remembered the flowers. He no longer remembered the worship that was waiting. He no longer remembered the passage of time. There was only one thought within him, Bhagawan Sri Hari. The sounds of Satya Loka gradually faded. The celestial birds became silent. Even the gentle movement of the divine waters seemed to stop. For Shankukarna, everything had disappeared, except Sri Moola Rama. The Lord's compassionate eyes rested upon his devotee, and Shankukarna felt as though he had returned to the very source of his existence. How long had he stood there? Moments? Hours? He did not know. Time had lost its meaning. No desire remained. No thought of reward remained. No thought of himself remained. Only love remained, pure, unbroken. Unconditional love for Bhagawan. The same soul that once stood before Bhagawan Sri Mahavishnu in Vaikuntha now stood before Sri Moola Rama in Satya Loka. The realm had changed, the form had changed, but the devotion had remained unchanged. The sacred worship of Sri Hari was about to begin. Within the magnificent sanctum of Satya Loka, everything had been prepared. Sacred lamps glowed softly, golden vessels had been arranged, fragrant incense rose toward the heavens. The Vedic mantras were ready to be recited. Yet one offering was still missing, the flowers. Upon the thousand-petaled lotus, Chaturmukha Brahmā remained seated in serene meditation. He knew Shankukarna had gone to gather them, so Brahma waited. There was no impatience in his expression, only divine awareness, for he already sensed that something extraordinary had captured the young devotee's heart. Far away, Shankukarna still stood before Sri Moola Rama. The celestial basket remained overturned. Flowers lay scattered around him. His eyes remained fixed upon Bhagawan. Then, something stirred within him, a gentle remembrance, a responsibility, a sacred duty awaiting him. His eyes slowly moved toward the flowers, and suddenly, he remembered the worship, the offering, Brahma, his sacred mission. Shankukarna's expression changed, not from fear, but from humility. He immediately bowed before Sri Moola Rama. "My lord, forgive me. In the joy of your darshan, I forgot the duty you entrusted to me." The lesson was not that his devotion was wrong. The lesson was deeper. Every experience of divine grace must ultimately lead us back to Dharma. Shankukarna gathered the flowers with trembling hands. His devotion remained unchanged. But now, that devotion was joined with responsibility. Shankukarna returned to the sacred sanctum of Satya Loka. The golden basket rested carefully in his hands. Inside were the celestial flowers he had gathered for the worship of Sri Hari. His heart was still overflowing with the darshan of Sri Moola Rama. But now, he remembered his sacred responsibility. As Shankukarna entered the sanctum, he saw Chaturmukha Brahmā seated upon the magnificent thousand-petaled lotus. The sacred altar was prepared, the lamps were glowing. The golden vessels were arranged, everything awaited the offering. Shankukarna immediately approached Brahma. He placed the basket before him and bowed deeply. "Brahma Deva, please accept these flowers for the worship of Sri Hari." Shankukarna carefully arranged the flowers, golden lotuses, white jasmine, parijata blossoms. Each flower was placed with reverence. Brahma began the sacred worship. The atmosphere transformed instantly. The sound of Vedic chanting filled the realm. The golden lamps illuminated the sanctum. Fragrant incense rose toward the celestial heavens, and the flowers gathered by Shankukarna were offered in worship of Sri Hari. After the worship concluded, Brahma turned toward Shankukarna. "I know why you were delayed." Shankukarna lowered his gaze. "Brahma Deva, I beg your forgiveness." But Brahma raised his hand gently. "There is no need for fear." Brahma looked toward the sacred chamber where the divine radiance of Sri Moola Rama had appeared. "You were not distracted by worldly desire. You were absorbed in Bhagawan." Then Brahma gently reminded him, when Bhagawan entrusts us with a sacred responsibility, that responsibility itself becomes an offering to him. Shankukarna understood. His devotion was not being rejected. It was being deepened. He folded his hands. "Brahma Deva, may every responsibility entrusted to me become an offering to Bhagawan." Brahma's face brightened, and Shankukarna's service in Satya Loka continued. Shankukarna had entered Satya Loka to serve Chaturmukha Brahmā. There, he received a darshan beyond imagination. He learned that divine bliss and sacred responsibility are not separate paths. And he discovered that every act performed with love for Bhagawan can itself become worship. Yet, Shankukarna still did not know why Bhagawan Sri Vishnu had truly sent him to Satya Loka. For his service there was preparing him for something far greater, a destiny that would take him beyond the celestial realms, toward Puloka, toward his first sacred birth, and toward a journey that would span 5 sacred births. The divine purpose was about to be revealed. Our journey continues. Discover another timeless story of Sanatana Dharma in our next video. Subscribe to Sanatana Tales and walk with us through the stories, wisdom, and divine mysteries of our ancient tradition. See you in the next sacred tale. May Bhagavan Hari's blessings always be with you. Hari Om.